Hey guys, what's happening? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Back with the old format a little bit because I want to do kind of like a list. Okay, so point the main like idea behind doing this is that I've been thinking, like a lot of these times that we've been reviewing new fragrances, latest ones, but what happens to the one that have been, in the community have been, like from time to time they got a lot of hype from certain reviewers or group members. So what happened to those fragrance once in a while? Just track back a little bit. um, on most part I'm gonna do like some more videos like this. Basically, like I'll pick up some more fragrance because in one video you cannot show so many other ones. So these are not the most hyped ones, there are many other ones there. But what I'm trying to show here, the 10 fragrances I picked which got very decent talk, a lot of hype. So where are they now? That's basically the idea. Okay, so 10 hyped fragrances, this is the idea. So we don't have any honorable mention or anything, just 10 fragrances randomly. First fragrance I'm going to show you, start with, is Dolce Gabbana, the one EDT. I have done this kind of video before. So this fragrance, if you are new in the fragrance game, you not see so much hype nowadays in community. People don't talk about it. They don't talk about this line anymore that much. So once in a while people say, yeah, this is a nice fragrance, but there was a time this fragrance had a lot of hype. Okay, this fragrance had a lot of talk. Let me keep it there and talk about it. uh, Dolce and Gabbana, like, it had a lot of love. People went gaga over it. Back in the time, there were not that many fragrances actually that were as good smelling as this one. This got the amber, grapefruit, ginger, a lot of these other notes, kind of like this tobacco, tropical fruit punch. So very beautiful smelling fragrance. Let me smell it once again. Very beautiful bottle as well. If you see the cap and bottle, these are really beautiful, heavy, premium. Okay, so this smells like beautiful, like a Godfather. If you like Pure Heaven by Thierry Mugler, it's in the same league. It's one of the best sellers as well, but they have a lot of flankers right now. But I think until today, this has been one of my most favorite. I mean, I do prefer the new one. I'll show you a little bit. I do prefer this one. Is a bit modernized, a bit better performer, which is the one gray, which is like understated. I prefer this over actually this one for wearing, but in terms of smell, both are really great. This one has the added cardamom, which the one doesn't have. So my most favorite right now is the gray, but I think the one is still pretty nice. It does have good performance in high heat, but it's not a beast. But I think still, if not worthy of the hype, but still it's a relevant fragrance. So this one passes the test of mine. So second fragrance, you're getting the idea. Second fragrance I'm going to show you is this one. This is one of the most affordable niche house, Mancera. This is Cedrat Bois or Boise. So this fragrance, I went through multiple bottles, I decanted a lot, and this fragrance seemed to have a lot of lovers and followers. This is hands down one of the top sellers in the market from House of Mancera. Even Montal doesn't sell that many like this. So the main reason this one got the hype is that people compare this with that Aventus, okay, the king. And this is actually, many times I pick this over Aventus because I like the performance of this. It's not a clone of Aventus, but it has vibes of it. It has similar notes. It has the citrus, lemon, I get the pineapple, I get woody, leather. But this is such a masculine, sweet, juicy fragrance. It can be worn any part of the year. Winter time, it's a beast. So I think this still is, like, I always give it 10. This is still relevant. It's very, very strong. The talks of reformulation performance so far, I never had a bad batch or a weak performing batch. So those rumors, I think, are not true. If they are, perhaps people, they're suffering olfactory fatigue, or they are not buying legit. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but Cedrat Bois is still one of the best. So this one's still hype worthy, 10 out of 10. This one didn't lose any ground. So that's number 2, Mancera Cedrat Bois. So the third one we're going to look at is a fragrance. This is, if you're a new community member or you just started the game for last 1 year or so, you haven't seen the hype that much. Okay, this fragrance was hyped to the max when we started our journey in 2015. I used to see reviews. These people would go crazy, man. I mean, like, people would rave about it. Like it had no less stock than Aventus, mind you. And the fragrance got discontinued. It was a limited time release. It was selling for 250 pounds. Yeah, that fragrance is pure malt. Not many people talk about it, but I keep mentioning this. This is a fragrance This is what I call a fragrance creation. They had a creation, pure malt creation version. I'm looking for that, the whole golden star here. This is see-through golden juice. But Thierry Mugler version, you can still find it nowadays with the Mugler version. They're not bad. But this Thierry Mugler version is that ultimate OG. If you can find it, it's worth paying $100 for it. That much I'll tell you. It's not $200, but if you can find it $100, this is one of the best fragrances, because the performance from this is not like Amin. Okay, if you're talking about value, it's not like pure tonka. Pure tonka is the longest lasting. I would say pure wood is long lasting. Amen, original Angelman is long lasting. So pure leather is also good, but this actually is special for that whiskey. People sometimes, I heard rumors that it has been, like processed, like how they process whiskey and they actually poured whiskey in this or something like it, but that I think is not real. But actually it evokes a feel of whiskey, and this is my very first boozy fragrance. A lot of attachment towards it. I finished one bottle. This fragrance, even though it's not getting that much talk, this in terms of smell, on the most unique creation, there is no fragrance like it. Okay, so I was always I was sorry, I was always obsessed with Pure Malt. This is still 10 out of 10. Beautiful fragrance. Definitely people should look at it again for upcoming winter. So that's the third one. Fourth one I'm going to talk about, perhaps I keep bringing it back, I don't have to, but this fragrance is so relevant. This fragrance has so much love, fan following, and people actually, again, another fragrance people rave about is this one from YSL, La Nuit de l'Homme, one of the most hyped fragrances. This is my 2018 version, 200 ml version. This perfume, I was mystified when I saw the bottle first time, because look at that bottle cap. It's mysterious, and then when you open it, the atomizer is nice, and the way it was hyped by Jeremy, I'll just mention Jeremy, and a few other reviewers liked it. Like Mark said, this is kind of like a fragrance for picking up cougars or like bit elder women. And this has this chocolatey, cardamom, spicy, that sort of a fragrance, okay, like bergamot. But there has been some clones out of it, but no one really could capture this one. I haven't tried any other house like Alexandria's version, but La Nuit de l'Homme remained La Nuit de l'Homme. I'll just tell you one thing. Yeah, the juice color, people have questions about it. Juice color basically depends on the color of the bottle. It's not the juice color. Even the oldest batch doesn't have the darkest juice color. When you turn it upside down, you'll see different color. When you put it here, different color. The newer version sometimes has the same color as the older version. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you can pick 2018 or before, I think that is a very good fragrance still. Again, not a beast mode fragrance ever. This was for the smell, very intoxicating. Women love this, like Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage. This fragrance picks up compliments and notice for the first 2 hours. So I would still say this is still where it is, like the smell wise, it's worth. But if you're talking about performance, it's not worth it. I mean, it does not really perform for a 70-85 bucks. Okay, so perhaps it's not, it can be questioned. So I would say in the middle of the road, still it's still relevant, but it's like more like 7.5 out of 10, not like 10 out of 10 anymore with the recent formulation and the price tag. Okay, that's the fourth. Number 5 perhaps is a fragrance. This was huge when I left Malaysia in 2016. This was one of the last bottles I bought. I really wanted it. This one is Bulgari Aqua Mara. Jeremy's obviously Jeremy's what you call legacy, or Jeremy's hype. That fragrance was like, I will show another fragrance that is similar to that also got the hype. But Amara, people are going crazy. People are buying backup bottles. It's picking up compliments. That orange, very unique smell. Nothing's really, you cannot, if you ask me, what can I use it as a replacement for this? Nothing. Okay, simply speaking, nothing. You can try Kenneth Cole Black, that is an orange. You can try Ultra Zest, or Clinique's Happy for Man, some orange fragrances, but this is still unique. Some people do not like it, but I think that bitter orange feel from this in the evening time, you get mad compliments from this. This is still damn good. Bulgari Aqua Mara, 10 out of 10. Okay, I love it so much as I love Atlantic and Aquamarine. So 5 down, 5 more to go. Next fragrance perhaps is the easy one. I don't have to talk much. It's Hawas. So this is hyped, definitely, because it's similar to Invictus Aqua, or Invictus rather, but more Middle Eastern version of it. And this has this really heavy bottle, glass base, and that cap is metallic, and it comes for still a very good price. The smell is so refreshing. So this perfume, I would say, it depends. If you do like Invictus Aqua and you're trying to hunt down, let's say, the vintage version, I would say don't do that. Buy this one. This one still is a performer. Juice color, new variation, I'm not sure. I haven't tried, but the ones you get in Bangladesh, if you're from Bangladesh or India, I think this fragrance still is pretty nice. It is a bit light. It's not as heavy as Shura or Daresh, which I'll show in next episode or something. But I think Hawas is pretty safe. It is fresh. It's like a fabric softener in a way, but at the same time it's airy. I like that. It's very handsome, and I do run a Decant page. I will tell from that perspective this fragrance is very popular. This sells a lot. I have sold multiple bottles as Decant, so you can understand this is popular. So Hawas definitely is still worthy of the hype. Next one, we're talking about sausage. Okay, we're talking about sausages. Dior Sauvage. I haven't talked about this in some time, but you guys know my love for this. I said this is one of the dumb, rich, easy to wear. It's like a Swiss Army gear knife or Swiss Army knife. I still have some juice left from 200 ml. I think about 20-30 ml. This perfume, the EDT version. Okay, how's this EDT version? EDP and perfume I did not like. Honestly speaking, they kind of like didn't do it for me. But Sauvage, even though I'm not wearing it because I get bored wearing this for some time, then I feel like, I need to take a break. Sauvage, the EDT, still is one of the best perfumes you can buy. That's it. It can compete Aventus, it can compete Bleu de Chanel, it can compete a lot of the big dogs without any worry. Yeah, YSL YDP is perhaps better in terms of smell, a bit stronger, but this fragrance, the EDT, still is magic. So get a 200 ml if you really love this. You will serve you for a long time. So Sauvage still very relevant when you talk about EDT. Next perfume, this is the one I was talking about when I was talking about Amara. And this perfume, next one, I think pretty, relevant, or let's say pretty similar to Amara. I hope I don't drop any bottles. I'm far. Okay. The next fragrance is Dylan Blue. I saw Steven, perhaps, Red Lessons. He did a video on this, like, is this still relevant? So you get the Medusa head, and it's like a Versace Purum's, like a flanker. So Dylan Blue, another blue fragrance, perhaps. If you like blue fragrances, perhaps it's nothing extraordinary, doesn't really have anything groundbreaking. But I tell you what, Dylan Blue does get the job done. Just like Dior Sauvage, Amara, these two, like Sauvage and Dylan Blue, they get the job done. I think I removed the Amara for now because the space is being taken up. Sorry, didn't think this through that much. So yeah, I think better, yeah. So Dylan Blue basically gets the job done because one thing is the performance is great on this. I get great performance from this. Performance wise, like the projection, longevity is still pretty good. Prices have gone down. The 200 ml is very, very reasonable, well under $100, and very versatile. Any occasion, any age can pull this off. Anybody can wear this and no one's gonna get any negative comments. So far I haven't got any negative comments. Moreover, I get compliments from people wearing mask. They ask me like, nice perfume, what you're wearing. So Dylan Blue, definitely it's pretty strong in the game. It's not dated. It's not like 2016, I think it was released, now 2021. 5 years down the line, holding its value pretty good. But if you think about trade, like you buy few bottles, next 5 years you're gonna get discontinued, you're gonna make a lot of money, perhaps not. But Dylan Blue, for a perfume, it's awesome. So this still is as strong as Sauvage, Hawas, Pure Malt, or Cedrat Boise. Strong player. Next two are a bit higher end and very known fragrances. They are like similar but different too. Nishane Hachivat. Hachivat is one fragrance. You guys know how I feel about it. I'm not going to hold it. It's heavy. This house, my first love was Sultan Vetiver. And I never found a fragrance as good as that. But nowadays I love Hachivat and Ani and Sultan Vetiver. Same. Why? Mad compliments, mad performance, and like the easiest dumb rich. Like I'm just saying from my heart. I hated this fragrance at first. It made me sick when I wore it for the first time. I'm like, disgusting because of that, like too much. What Hachivat did is too much. It's too strong. But when you wear less, we just went 1 to 2 sprays, you go anywhere. You put it on your shirt, lasts for days on shirt, okay? And this is one of the easiest dumb rich fragrance which picks up compliments. That's it. It's very simple. It does what it does. It has, I think, ambergris, or something like oak moss, something like it. But this one, whatever it has a strong backbone. So this one definitely 10 out of 10, no questions asked. The last but not least, I'm gonna show you the one perhaps the highest hype in fragrance community. Some people love it, some people find it okay, some people hate it, and they think it's way overhyped. King Aventus. Okay, I will have to show you this one. King Aventus is called King for a reason. This perfume has multiple issues. One thing, this 120 ml 2015 version, very hard to find. You cannot find this one, so it's questionable many ways that is 100 ml of this new version worth the money, or is the limited time 10 years celebration, whatever, is that worth? I haven't smelled that, but I heard it's no different than the old juice and doesn't perform that great. So if you think about that, I would say no, not really worth it. Buy Aventus cologne, that new one. I love it over the new formulation of Aventus for sure, and that one lasts a long time. But this 120 ml, that version, any 120 ml version you get 2015 or before, they're gonna perform really well. But one thing, Aventus doesn't perform on me, or I cannot detect it in summertime that much. It does last, but other people get it. I don't enjoy it. Like Dior Sauvage, same thing happens. Hawa, same thing happens. I cannot detect these two fragrances on me anymore after 1 or 2 hours. This one, I also cannot get in summers. Hachivat, Dylan Blue, these two perfumes we talk about, if you can smell it, I can smell it, other people can smell it. But Aventus, after 1 to 2 hours, I cannot smell it. But it is like a ghost. It does project, people smell it on you and they give you compliments. But winter time, there is no better fragrance that you can wear. Like even I would pick up Aventus over Hachivat, okay, any day. For winter, this is a king for me. I mean, this is a perfume I love wearing for just confidence booster. That's it. You're wearing such an expensive fragrance, such a beautiful pineapple, birch, all those fragrance notes, but this fragrance gives you that boost. Even Hachivat gives you that, but this one does it. Like if this one is 9, this is 10.5. So talking about hype, this is the highest, most controversial one. Is it worthy of the price tag? If you can afford it, yes. If you cannot afford it, no problem. You have many other substitutes. But if you can afford it, if you love it, Aventus is still the king. Okay, no doubt about it. But for these older batches, the newer batches, 100 ml, I wouldn't pay like $400, $350 to $400, not worth it. Okay, so these are my 10 fragrances, I'm sorry, that I thought, including Aqua Mara. Let's keep it there, okay, at the corner. So these 10 fragrances, I feel some of the most talked about ones in the community. Let me know which ones are your favorite or how you feel about them. I'll do another episode if you like this one. I'll do similar episode like in future if you like, right? So thanks for watching, and hopefully you like this format, and take care. Have a nice day. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.